Today we're on a new game in the channel, but definitely not a new game for me because I've been playing this for quite some time and I'm actually inside of a dungeon right now. So let's go ahead and transition really quick so I don't get kicked out of here. This is a little different than normal. Usually I make a video on these games and I start from the very beginning, show you guys my entire journey. But over the last 5 days, as you've probably noticed that I have not been uploading, I've been playing this game called Sword Fighters Simulator. 5 days ago, I went ahead and actually recorded a video of me starting this. And unfortunately, that video never went out because, well, I just really wasn't happy with. Fast forward to now, I've made a lot of progress. And I figured for starters, I would go ahead and show you guys right at the start here, me kind of going after floor, or I guess room 54, which I don't think I'm going to be able to successfully do it with only 33.55 DD, but I mean, it's definitely worth a shot. If for some reason I'm not successful in this and I don't end up making it to that far, which I like to point out, I know for a fact I am going to make it to room 54. I just don't know if I'm going to successfully complete it. I do have a full inventory of mythics that we're going to kind of just risk. I went ahead and left my game hatching overnight, so we're probably end up risking a couple of those since I do have a full inventory of shinies as well as one celestial mythic. So let me just give you guys a quick rundown on how I've been experiencing this game. If you're in the Discord for the game, you've probably heard me complaining quite a bit. I have absolutely terrible luck. If you've been with the channel for a while, you definitely know that I have incredibly terrible luck in every single game. Luckily for me, I was able to go ahead and hatch one of the secrets for this update. Isn't the best secret because I know that there is another one that only spawns at nighttime, but I was able to get my hands on this one, which was completely random. I didn't have any luck boost or anything running. Keep in mind, I do have every single game pass in the game, but the one thing that I have been chasing after every single day for hours upon hours is the secret sword that has a better chance of dropping from the lost souls. Been driving me insane, man. Still have not been able to get it. All good though, it is what it is. Next update is already coming on Saturday, so realistically speaking, that sword is going to be completely useless. I should have gotten it at the start of the week, then it actually would have been more useful, but right now there's no point in me even going after it. But like I was saying before, the one department where I've actually been doing pretty decent is dungeon relics. Keep in mind, I'm only able to really make it to room 50 right now, so that's the reason why I have the best ones in room 50, the mask as well as the master glasses. But I'm hoping that in this kind of little section that we're doing here in the video, which I will go ahead and fast forward here to the very end in just a second, I have fingers crossed that we're able to go ahead and clear room 54, because then I can really start going after some new stuff. Completing room 58 would be the absolute best so I can go for the quill, but you know, your boy's kind of irrelevant. Nobody can carry him to 58. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward here once we make it to about room 50, and we'll see if we can successfully take out room 54. Be right back. All right, so we're standing now in front of boss room 50, and this is basically what the game plan is going to be. So for starters, I'm going to switch over to the mask so that way I have damage boost as well as the crit boost. And then for my weapons, I'm going to be using two Tiny 2 Kiss of Death that are fully godly mode, or whatever they are. Godly rarity upgrade, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, man. In the game's Discord, I was told that you were able to do this solo if you had roughly around 20 to 30 DD, not floor 50. I'm talking about floor 54. I'm just preparing right now. So what I'm first going to try is using both of the tiny swords to take out the boss. If I don't see any progress there, then what I'm going to do is swap out one of my tiny swords for maybe like this IV over here or something. I don't know, maybe this V down here. I haven't exactly decided. We're probably going to try both of them, but let's see how this goes. I know definitely I could take this out, no problem. But now the real grind begins. Let's try to complete all of this as fast as possible, which already I can see that I'm kind of struggling with these. So that tells me that this is not going to be a very good plan. I mean, given we are doing a lot of damage really fast, I just don't feel like it's enough damage. If I was to go ahead and swap out one of these tinies for, like, let's say this over here, we're doing, I guess we're doing double the damage, but it's just not going as fast. So maybe it was worth it, although I am doing 4 TD every time that I crit. This is so difficult to like figure out. Personally, I don't think that I'm going to be able to complete room number 54. Just doesn't seem practical with only 3 minutes left that I'm gonna have really, and doing this little bit of damage even though the crits are 4 TD. 20 to 30 DD for solo clearance in that room. I just don't see it happening. I'm gonna switch back to my tiny swords, and it does look like their health is going down way faster than having that other sword. Given the other sword does have huge, so technically it is slower, there's a very, very slim chance that if I was to go ahead and swap out this sword for this one that doesn't have huge, we could get better results, which kind of we were there for a second. I'm not gonna lie. This is really the moment of truth right here. I only have 2 minutes, so this is definitely 100% not gonna be successful. That boss's health is not even budging right now. It's moving so slow. I'm only doing 4.6, sometimes peaking 4.9 TD, 5.2 there. That's not bad. I don't know, man. I feel like you definitely need to have roughly around 50, maybe even 70 DD in order to be able to solo this. And even still, I feel like that's a little bit. Now, if I had 2 or 3 other people with me that were in the same range of power, we could easily do this, no problem. Which is probably why a lot of people ask to get carried. Yo, if anybody in the comments wants to carry me, let me know, please. All right, so we have a general idea on how much damage we're doing over on the side. With this setup, I'm going to switch it because obviously at this point, we're really not going to complete this. So let's switch back to the 2 tinies and see how the damage is doing. The damage is honestly roughly around the same. We're peaking as high as 5.25, and actually it's rolling into 5.4 now. But now it's going back down to 4.8. I'm not sure which is faster and which isn't. Had I have gotten tiny 3 or maybe tiny 4, this maybe would have worked out, but it just doesn't seem like that's a possibility at all. 30 seconds left on the clock. We don't even have this boss down 75% health. Like, no chance, no way are we ever going to take this guy down at this point. But it was definitely interesting to come in here and get a general idea on what I need to change and how much I need to upgrade. I definitely need to have way more power to be able to complete this, but it's definitely good to see how much damage I'm actually doing in case I try to find myself a group to do this. Which, yo, at one point there, we were just peaking like 6 TD. Kind of crazy. Maybe this setup is better. Either way, we came up on 54 of the vibrant shards. I don't really need to purchase anything in here. Maybe the 2 times power boost. I'll go ahead and grab that. I've already got the secret luck boost. Again, like I mentioned, I've been trying to go after the secret sword. But honestly, at this point, I am just so over it. I'm not even going to bother. Now, as promised, I'm going to be risking some of these. I think we're going to go for like 50% here just to make it a little interesting. Worst case scenario, if I don't end up getting any upgrades, it's not really a big deal. I already have a full team of shinies as well as 1 celestial. And I can always just go ahead and AFK farm this again. So let's see how this goes. We're going to try a couple of these. I'm not going to do all of them, obviously, because if not, we'll be here for literally forever. First one was a success. That is perfect. Go ahead and do the second one here. Our first fail. From what I've heard, a lot of people get bad results from the 50%. Your boy is like 3 for 4 right now, so we're killing it. Hey, yo, 5 of them? Wait a minute, I've only failed 1 time. This is kind of wild. Hold on a second. We might be onto something here, and I spoke too soon. I guess in the meantime, while we're doing this and you guys are watching it in the background, I want to talk a little bit about the hot topic right now. If you were in the Discord yesterday, you probably saw that there was a lot of conversation about people exploiting, more specifically a specific person in the leaderboards. Kind of crazy, man. You know, I understand a lot of these games are really dominated by the positioning that you have in the leaderboards. So I completely understand. I also was a leaderboard chaser at one point. I don't really have the time to do that anymore. But the point is, I definitely understand. The issue that I have with it is that everyone is giving the moderators a really hard time about it when in reality, they don't have any in-game powers. And if the person that is so-called exploiting is hiding inside of a private server, it makes it nearly impossible for not only the moderators, but also the game owner to figure out if they're exploiting or not. Unless, of course, he has something set up in the back end where he's able to actually see that. Some people's logic is that, well, it's nearly impossible for him to have 4 celestials of secrets, which I'm going to point out that is a little weird, especially since he doesn't have the magic drop game pass. So he literally couldn't have hatched it as a celestial. It's just not possible. Last one here, by the way, we're going to do this at 60% just to kind of end off, I guess, in a high note here. We ended up pretty much getting every single one of those except for maybe like 2 or 3. So now we're going to move over to the celestial machine. But here is the final product. I really only have 1 celestial, so I could really go for another one. There we go. Now they're all unlocked. Back to what we were talking about. So really, the only other way that this guy could have done it, which would be absolutely insane, is if he decided to take a chance and throw in a secret at a 10% and successfully got it. And then he went, turned around, came to the celestial machine, dropped it in at a 20% chance, and somehow successfully got that as well. Which I like to point out, you know, doing that one time is not really that crazy. I mean, it is crazy, but like doing that 4 times is pretty bananas. I'm gonna do these at 60%. At least I'm gonna do one of them at 60%. I don't want to fail these, so I know that it's gonna hurt me a little bit more if I do fail these. Thankfully, we got that one, so we're gonna go for 60% again. But yeah, man, moral is go a little bit easier on the moderators. We just got ourselves a fail there. That's pretty heartbreaking. For this one, I think I'm just going to go for the full 100% because it's not worth it. After that, I would go for a 40. So I'd rather just have myself a guaranteed celestial. And now we've got ourselves some nice upgrades here, man. Honestly, I didn't think this through, and I probably could have got myself another celestial because obviously I'm going to be replacing 2 of these. So I would have had another shot. I'm so dumb. Oh, I could have had another one, bro. No. Either way, we have it there in my inventory, so it's not really that big of a deal. But yeah, guys, I know I've been gone for the last 5 days. I'm really sorry about that. I've been grinding this game nonstop to really get ready for the Saturday update. I'm having a lot of fun with this game. I haven't really felt like this about a game since maybe like Ninja Legends, which is kind of insane. That was a really, really long time ago. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you don't, then I completely understand. But if you do, please make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel to see more Sword Fighter Simulator. Assuming you guys do show love, I'll see you guys in the next episode, which will be episode 2, where we will maybe successfully go ahead and take down the Room 54 boss. That's gonna do it for this video. Like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.